Hello, everyone. So I feel something coming through. Whenever I meditate, which I usually will have an early meditation session in the morning and then one in the evening. And sometimes I'll be led to journal. Other times I'll be led just to make notes. And recently I've been led to record it. Okay, so there's a message coming through. What I can share, I know we have this full moon today. And I know that there's been a lot of shifts. Many of the shifts are internally, if not all of them. It's the changes are happening within, and it really is around your ideas, your concepts, the things you believe, the things you allow yourself to accept, or how you accept information, your perception, things of that sort. That's where the shifts are happening. Okay, so these are epiphany moments, light bulb moments, or just a revelation. And you'll know that you're experiencing something like this because for some reason you'll start feeling inspired to do something. Okay, what's happening right now is this is a change in your powers. You're learning to use your powers, right? We are all powerful. We all have the same ability to create something for ourselves. It's just in a different way, depending on how you apply it into your life. But we're all very powerful. So just know, the seers, the people with their clairs, people with their psychic abilities, and people who have visions, all of these things, we all have them. It's just we start unlocking these powers as we start going within. And what's been happening is we've been working out of our masculine energy for eons, right? To where it's distorted. The masculine energy right now, as a collective, it's distorted. This is that selfishness. This is that materialism. This is that overworking. This is the narcissism, actually. And a lot of other programs that is affecting humanity, emotional manipulation, victim consciousness, denial of truth, and, just working for self, the selfishness and all of these things that many have been using effectively, as an illusion. It's been effective for many. But that's what's breaking down because we are now waking up the feminine within us, right? And I know when people hear feminine, they automatically think of the woman. Okay, the woman is just a physical representation of what femininity is. However, femininity it's just an energy of allowing and trusting and also receiving, as well as creating. And that's the nurturing side, the giving side. And that's been coming up. It's a time to give rather than receive. That's been coming up quite a bit. The thing about giving, to be able to give, there has to be a level of worth, self-worth in there, okay? And let me try to really align this so that you can understand, because when you're in the space where you're giving, there's something within you that says, I've been put into a position where I can give to people, which means I was worthy to have received something that's valuable enough to give. So if you're at that place where you're like, I have something to give, there's something within you waking up, saying, I know my power, I know who I am. I am a being that is worth listening to, worth receiving from, right? And a time to give rather than receive, because what you're giving, just know that's what you're receiving. So if you are somebody who feels like what I am putting out, I would actually take it, right? Like everything that I'm saying, everything that I'm giving, all the energy that I am putting out, it's something that I can actually use for myself. I'll take it myself. And this is that law of attraction. And this is why it's so important to love what you what you're doing and where you're putting your energy, because it comes back to you. And usually when something comes to you, right, when you're taking in something and it comes to you and you're like, I don't like this, you want to check where you're giving, because you're probably giving into something that you wouldn't be willing to take for yourself, right? So just think about people who are, I'm going to call them agents, because this is how a message was given to me. And those of you who follow me on Patreon, I actually delivered a message a few months back, which was a download where they were saying those people who are serving as agents throughout humanity, throughout the collective, where they're actually assisting the dark forces, right? They're assisting the misinformation forces. They're assisting with shedding or sharing darkness amongst humanity. So when you're experiencing something in your life and it feels like, why is this happening to me? You're probably taking action in activities that you're not the one creating it. You're not the one that had that idea, right? This is like working for a huge company, but you don't really care for what this company stands for, right? And it creates some kind of misalignment for you, because not only does it affect you in that area of life, it'll affect you in all areas of life. And this is why it's so important to love what you do, okay? And I've been getting that this is very important right now to speak on, and for you guys to understand why you're experiencing things that you just don't like. Whatever you're involved in, either you weren't the creator of that, right? You're within another person's creation or idea. And this is when you feel like my life is out of control. Well, and that's because you don't have a hold on it, and you're not aware of what you're actually doing when you partake in things that don't support your values. Make sure what you're giving to, this is so important. I'm feeling on my body where they want me to kind of pause to let this sink in. What you're giving to, the energy you give when you are taking action, the energy you're giving, I'm doing this thing, but I don't like it. Just know there's going to be something you don't like that comes to you. So it's really, really about taking control of your life and start realizing you are the magician, you're the creator. So whether you know it or not, the action you are taking, if it doesn't match your values, you're dealing with low self-worth, and you're going to have to start from there, right? The feminine energy is waking up. She's saying no more. She is no longer going to just sit there and take it. So the wounded feminine is waking up. She is not suppressing herself. She is not allowing herself to be suppressed anymore. And the way this has started was the feminine stopped showing affection to the masculine. The masculine was receiving a lot of support. This is the overgiving. Giving without feeling appreciated from the feminine. And every time the feminine wants to speak up or say something, and I'm talking about the energy, I'm not talking about the genders here. Every time your feminine energy wants to tell you something, you ignore that energy. Overworking for material gain. Wanting to combat and make sure that you are heard, even if it hurts people that you love. This is the distorted masculine energy. Feeling like just because it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, it shouldn't be even valued. And this happens in, the educational system, Oh, if 1 plus 1 equals something else, then it's irrelevant. We don't need to address it, right? Everything must make sense. It's all logical. It's all mental. And anything that is coming from, your intuitive, I feel like we shouldn't go on this trip because something tells me that something's going to happen. Oh, no, forget that. We're still going. I paid all this money. We're going. We've been planning it for you. It's that kind of energy where the feminine aspect of self has been ignored for eons. And she's sitting up and she's not allowing herself to be ignored anymore. So she's speaking up. She's speaking up. Those of you who are in situations and deep down you know it's not what you deserve, but you stay in it and you're not able to speak up, you're calling more things to you that you're going to feel like you don't deserve it. The feminine energy, collectively, the divine feminine aspect within us, she's waking up. And if you're still knocking her down, your masculine energy will feel it. Your masculine energy will feel it. Where there's things that you're taking action towards, it's not going to reap any rewards. It's in vain. So if you're still working out the masculine, since those systems are breaking down, it's the way it worked before in the past, it used to work, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And this is why you want to start paying attention to the cues of your body, listen to your intuition. You have to have faith. You have to trust. I know you guys been hearing that for a while, and it's probably you're sick of it, and that's all right. It's the only way right now. You got to trust and allow. That's the feminine energy. Okay, so let me actually go into the message because I feel like they're waving it in of what they want to say, okay? Feel in your heart where you're being called to journey to. What deep, deep, deep down in your heart are you wanting to do right now? It's like pause and feel deeply from your heart space. What do I want to do? What am I being called to do? Because that's the answer. That's where they're calling you. What we're doing right now is we are creating heaven on earth. Okay, you all might want to look up Lumeria, because it's happening right now. Things around you are shifting, even in the physical. People's lifestyles are changing. People are changing their lifestyles. They're moving to places where they feel more free. Many people are starting to go more, rural, more out in nature. What's happening is we're going back to the essence of how Earth was in the beginning. So we're going back to our roots, and we're realizing that all the resources, everything we need is available. It's literally creating heaven on earth, and it's happening now. Okay, I'm seeing a feminine. Her hair is long and flowy. Her eyes are closed. And she has like a flower crown on. Okay, it's a crown made out of flowers. And this is just embracing your feminine energy. Every now and again, you might want to kind of sit and say thank you to the side of you that cares for you, that nurtures you, that loves you no matter what. And just tell her thank you. It's the feminine energy. Acknowledge her. Self-care. Get your manicure, get your pedicure. Do your shave. Buy yourself something nice and say thank you to yourself. Buy yourself a flower, and say, this is for you, the love you've given me. I'm still going, so I know you're still there. You're still in there, taking care of me. That's your feminine. She wants some attention. She wants to know that she's good enough. She wants to know she's good enough. When you ignore your feminine energy, you're telling yourself you're not good enough for something. This is why it actually comes to low self-worth. And this is why it's very necessary to only allow yourself to partake in things that you know you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, you want to start asking yourself, why am I doing it? And start asking those questions, answering those questions. Yes, asking and answering those questions. Why am I still doing this if I don't enjoy it? Because that's when the difficult cycle, that's when it ends. That's when it ends. When you stop taking part in things that you truly don't enjoy. I feel like that is very, very simple. It's just when it's time to take action, right? Because it's a concept that's easy to understand. Like, I'm just going to stop doing things that I don't enjoy. But when it's time to apply that and take action and say, okay, I don't enjoy my job, I'm going to stop doing it. The wounded masculine, he's not able to do that. He continues to take action towards that thing he doesn't like. Because remember, the masculine is the action part of you. And when the feminine says, hey, you don't enjoy this, so stop giving to it, the masculine, wounded masculine, would say, but it doesn't make sense. I have to keep doing this, because if I don't, I won't be able to support, and I won't be able to this, and I won't be able to that. That's the wounded masculine, not the distorted masculine, because there's a difference. The distorted masculine would try to attack the feminine. The wounded masculine will just ignore or not listen to the feminine. And the wounded masculine wants to try to work with the feminine, wants to try to understand, but the mental jumps in and says, it doesn't make sense. You need this job. So just because you're feeling like, oh, you don't love this, doesn't mean you can just quit it. So the wounded masculine will continue to take action, doing something that it doesn't enjoy, but creates this cycle of difficulties, of challenges. And at the same time telling the feminine, you're not good enough. What you just told me, that's not enough for me to actually start honoring myself. So that's where the low self-worth comes. Okay, they're trying to just get you guys to understand why you keep experiencing unhappy endings. It's your actions. And it's time to start taking responsibility of it. Listen, if it's your choice and you say, hey, I'm just going to keep doing it, that's your choice. Honor that and allow that to be your truth. It's up to you. We have free will. No one's judging you if that's your choice. But it is one of those things that, okay, when things come to you that you don't like, the complaining or the, blaming, you're going to have to basically eat that up until you're ready to make the necessary changes. Okay, so it's the resistance to change that brings the struggle. All right, I recently put up certain messages. Many of you don't listen to all the messages that I put up, like the dailies. If I share a daily, just know that there's a reason I was called to share it. I don't share all dailies, but if I do, there's a reason. So I would recommend you all, try to see if something is there for you. Many are resistant to change. And many of the messages that will be coming through, it's going to speak of the changes that you're being guided to take. And many are just not feeling like they're ready because there is a lot of resistance to change that's coming up. And the feminine, she is showing up here. And she actually literally has a flower in her hand. She has a rose. When was the last time you dressed up and went out and did something nice for yourself with people that you love and you enjoy their company? Some of you need to treat yourself and it's time to just start living life and doing things that you enjoy. Some of you, there's some nostalgic time, right? There's some times you can think in your mind about and it brings back some beautiful memories. They're wanting you to really kind of like sit and dive into those memories and start doing things that put you in that same state of happiness, of joy. And it could just be watching a movie with your family on Friday night in the living room. It could be going out for dinner with a friend and you just talk all night. It could be sitting at the bar and interacting with strangers as if they're best friends and you can watch the game and enjoy. It could be just being invited to a social, get together where you mingle and you meet new friends, you network. It can even be something where you just by yourself go out in nature and lay on the grass and watch the stars at night. There is something that at a heart space, you love to do it. It puts you at home. It puts you at ease. It's time to start doing things like this. They're saying this is important. Many people are just ignoring what they want to do to relax. Like put yourself in that relaxed state. Some of you always just spending time alone. Sometimes it's like not anything. It's just listen. This has been a very tiring day. The kids are loud. The house is just mayhem. I just want to go sit in the car for 30 minutes and just relax. Put the window down a little bit and just sit there. For some of you, this is your peace. And they're like, give yourself the time to do these things. It's the lack of self-care that many people are dealing with right now. Because self-care is the door to personal healing and happiness. Literally, I'm seeing that card. The card on the Energy Oracle. Personal healing and happiness. There's a rainbow on that. Okay. Yeah. They're trying to get you guys to do beautiful things. To do things that remind you of the beauty around the world. The beauty that surrounds you. Some of you take the time to look around you in your environment and enjoy the scenery. Allow yourself to be amazed. Allow yourself to be at awe of things. You see the baby laughing. Smile. You see the innocence in the child and you appreciate, oh wow, I remember when my son was there. Or I remember when I was a little one. And you can just start feeling the innocence of that child. I guarantee you that baby will smile with you. They're trying to get you guys to just stop and smell the roses. Appreciate the things around you, showing gratitude. You're alive, you're breathing. Yeah, your world is in mayhem, but my goodness, you are still here. I'm seeing a masculine here. So give me a second. Let me see what this is. So see, this feels like a very humble, gentle spirit. He's it's like he's thinking, remembering. He's remembering. Wow, okay. This is someone who's starting to remember like the good times. It's like he's remembering those things that actually really matter to him. I'm seeing the family here. It's like he's holding the hand of his little ones. This is remembering when he was more active in the life of those he loved, because he's holding a coin. He has a coin. So this is someone who's concerned about the things he values. You know, because when you think about coin, you think about money. But the way I'm feeling like he, with the child there, it's like the things he truly values. And this is someone who's starting to understand what's important in life. And as you start really giving to those things that you truly, truly feel are important to you, you're going to have everything you need. And I feel like that's the metaphor. When you can stop and realize what's truly important, which is like creating a strong bond between you and those you love, you know, the family. You're going to always have the coins. You're going to find that you're always secure. You're going to always find that you have everything you need. This is like someone who's being sensible, right? There's a humbleness here. It's like, okay, I have those things that I love, the people who I love, the support from those I love. That's the true value here. Because as beings of the universe, we want connection from one another. And when value becomes just a coin, you sever the connection you have with those who can really, really give you the love that we are all searching for deep down. So just recognize that when you start feeling like no one loves you, you've disconnected from the feminine, to where either it feels like she's not giving you any affection, or you're not even able to recognize love and affection. And this is showing that the masculine is so in charge, or feels like it knows best, that it no longer needs the feminine. I feel like it's trying to tell me something. Some of you, your masculine energy is trying to say something to you. I feel like he's saying, work with those you love. Work with the things you love, the people you love. Allow them to have a voice in what you're doing. It's almost like work with, like compromise. Even if you are the quote-unquote leader in the family as a masculine, allow the others to have an input. Listen to your children, right? Listen to your spouse, your partner. Consider what they're saying. See, this is a masculine energy that's learning to merge with the feminine. Humble yourself. Yes, that's what he's saying. Take a more sensible approach. Try to feel what they're feeling. This is the masculine who's starting to embrace the feminine. That's what I'm getting. And he has the coin, which lets me know if you're able to do this, you're going to find that you have everything you need. You have everything you need. And he seems very confident here. He's very confident. There's this integrity in him. And he's very sure of himself. There's a sureness here that this is the way. This is what works. So what we're doing, this is beautiful. This is the merging of the opposite energies. That's what this is. Okay. That was beautiful. I really felt the love there. That for me almost brought tears to my eyes, because there's like a coming home there, right? Okay. If you're in a very a space where you feel like you don't know what's next, just know this is an opportunity. I feel like they're trying to reinforce many of the messages that's been coming out through the dailies lately here. Some of you have a strong partner coming in. They're saying, okay, because I'm getting opportunity. And then they're like showing me a door opening, and I'm seeing like a lot of flowers and hearts. And it's like it's a time for, like, romance is coming in. The door is open and romance is going to be coming in. This is going to, wow, some of you, you're calling this type of masculine energy into your life. Others of you are awakening this side of your masculine energy up, which will call in a feminine to complement it. So this is for those who's coming from a tough time, right? I'm getting like from a state of despair, opens a door where the opportunity is some kind of romantic relationship. Okay. Yeah, and this has been coming through for a few weeks, and that's why they have me doing like romance readings next, which I'll be working on next week. Yeah, so I'm seeing it's a time for romance, romantic relationships. I mean, divine unions are happening, like fated unions. People who you were meant to encounter in this lifetime, a lot of those encounters are happening now. Okay, so be in your creative energies. Be in that space where you want to create something that represents you, something in alignment with you. Like, I love making this, so I'm going to start doing it. For me, recently, it's been baking. Like, I just can't stop baking. And it's like I'm making things I can't even eat, consistently. So I end up sharing it with people that I love, right? Or I'll send it to school with my daughter, or, have a dentist appointment, we'll take some for the girls in the office. And it's just like, okay, I love to bake, so I'm making all these pastries, and I'm making cakes and cupcakes, and it becomes a whole family affair. Even my boys are helping. And it's beautiful bonding time, so it's a beautiful pastime. We got wonderful music playing, so we're creating memories. And it's like, this is the giving. This is the creative energy they want you in. They want you in the flow of life. Like, the intention is where they want you focused. The intention is, I love doing this, so I'm doing it. When you start having different intentions, like, I need to be able to make money from it, I need to be recognized for what I'm doing, it becomes all distorted. But when the intention is pure, I just love this, so I'm just going to do it. I know I can't eat all this cake, but I love baking, so let me just do it. And it puts me in the flow of life, and I love it. And then we have all these memories, and it's just like, okay. And that's why they're saying it's a time to give. What are you giving to? Release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. Whatever it is you're good at, start doing it. Some of you are good with playing instruments. Some of you are good with building things. Most of these things that they're talking about, it involves using your hands. Some of you are really good with your hands. Doing someone's hair. making bracelets, making, who knows, candles. Some of you is just dancing. It's just being in that flow of your creativity. This is your feminine energy. She's waking up. She's waking up and she's encouraging the masculine energy. And the masculine is the part that takes action. It's like, okay, I love to do this. Masculine, can you help me by taking the action to start implementing this thing that I love to do? This is the beautiful synergy of the two opposite energies coming together to create something. This is you following the path of your soul and not allowing anyone or anything to stop you. So I'm getting like water. I'm seeing water, so some of you may need to drink more water, I think. Or you might feel, okay, so they're saying many of you are receiving a transmission that might make you feel thirsty after hearing this message. Many things are happening internally and subconsciously as you listen to things, as you allow certain things to enter your awareness. You are being changed. Many of the recent messages have been, be careful what you're entertaining, engaging in, and interacting with. In order for you to command the changes in your life that you've been trying to make happen, you have to make sure that your manifestation powers, your ability to manifest things, it comes from what you're doing daily, how you're interacting with people, the things you're saying, the things you're thinking, all of that matters. So just make sure you're not one second creating something and the next second complaining why it hasn't happened. Okay? Because that doesn't bring it. You want to stay in that space of holding your vision and knowing that it's going to show up. You got to believe it as if it already happened. And that's why enjoying life is important. Just allow yourself to do things that remind you of your beauty within. Okay? All right. This is interesting. Some of you, there's someone in your life that could be the one. Okay, so I'm feeling like you've already met somebody who's meant to be a part of the next stage of your life. Okay, some of you have met the person that you've been looking for. Others of you, you're still releasing the energy of someone from your past. So you have to allow that to clear with no judgment on that person or yourself. So some of you are still needing to release the energy of someone from your past. Allow it to just go with love. Go with love. Wish good upon that person, Some of you, there's like a separation between you and someone, or this is on the horizon, because there's like some things that need to be cleared. That's what I'm getting. Some of you are clearing energy from someone from your past. Others of you, you're in a relationship with the person who you're meant to be with, but there might be a separation happening so that you can clear and let go of certain things that may be hindering the connection from becoming as strong as it could be. So you may already be in separation. And the way this is being shown, it's like the separation is a part of the path. So it might be an indefinite separation to bring in the right person. Okay, so just know that as well. They're clearing energies, right? You're clearing energies. That's what we're doing, guys. We're clearing energies. And, as you clear energies, you have to understand that you don't want to block. Sometimes when people are clearing energies, they also block themselves from bringing in the new energies. So make sure you're leaving your heart open. And this is why trust is so important, because sometimes you may pick up trust issues because of a past relationship. I guess that's why they're saying release the ex. Release the expectations as well that you may put on people who come into your life. You know, feeling like there's something that they must give you, or there must be a certain result, otherwise you won't be happy. Release any expectations, allow things to happen. I'm seeing that things will end well. I'm seeing it's like a ball of energy that come together beautifully. So I'm feeling like a peaceful resolution, like everything comes together in the end. Make sure you're letting go of whatever needs to be let go of. You have to make room for the new. This is so important. If you need help, ask help from your angels, your guides, your ancestors, and your higher self. They're all here to assist you. Some of you have things that you must let go of because it is not likely that you're going to be able to move into the space that you're wanting with these things that you're holding on to. That has to be said. And many of you, it's things you're giving to. It's things you're giving to. And you should know what that means. Opportunities are in front of you. The decisions you make will determine whether or not you allow the opportunity to pass you by. Things you got to walk away from. Wow. Okay, the hindrance right now is the inability or the indecisiveness that you're having when it comes to leaving things behind. So many of you, if you're feeling like you're experiencing delays, there's things you have not allowed yourself to understand how important it is to allow it to just go, to flow away. Freely. Allow it to flow away with love and walk into the unknown. The fear of the unknown seems to be the biggest thing for many of you, staying in your comfort zone because you're afraid. You're afraid of making that choice. Wow. So, wow. I'm seeing some of you cycling past energies. You're walking straight into your past. Your future is your past. Okay, I have to say that with love, okay, because some of you, that's the choice you're making, and that's the right choice for you, but I have to say that with love because I want you guys to understand. Some of you, that's just your route that you're choosing, and I understand. Playfulness, being more lighthearted in whatever it is you're doing, can help you with releasing past energies and bringing in the new. There's going to be a lot of clearing here. Clearing. You might want to start looking up how you can clear past traumas, past energies here. Some of you, that's what's needed so that you can get the higher awareness. There's trauma that's causing blocks, so it keeps you in a cycle of past energies. So higher awareness is necessary, and they don't want you to stop. No matter what it is, don't stop. Keep going and set your intention. Set your intention, and as long as you understand and you know that what you're doing is in the best interest of you at a soul level as well as the collective and our growth and our ascension process, don't stop. Keep going. Even if it feels like you're about to redo something from the past, don't stop. Just know you're in that energy at the right time. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. I would recommend some of you, if you didn't see the Timeline Wars video that I posted on the 1st of October, you may want to check that out. There's a lot in there for you. Don't stop, because sometimes it might feel like you're going in the past, but you're getting ready to go to the next level. So just trust the process, okay? We're in the space where you want to give to things that you love. and you're trusting that that's what's best for you. Okay? All right. So that's the message. I hope it was helpful. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the full moon tonight. Okay? There's a lot that we're releasing, and there's a lot that we're bringing in. Every ending is a new beginning. So get ready to move to the next stage. All right? All right. Enjoy your weekend.